Next up at UFC Vegas 268, we have Shane Burgos versus Billy Quarantillo. Shane Burgos 13-3 overall, 3-2 in his last 5, coming off back-to-back losses. Billy Quarantillo 16-3 overall, 4-1 in his last 5. And I've made this exact comment before, and I will make it again for this fight. If you have a sports book that will take a fight of the night bet, prop bet, let me know. I will hit it for this fight. I think this is going to be absolute fireworks. Shane is a very good boxer who marches forward with high volume and pressure. He'll stay in the pocket. He will take one to give one. And what makes him so effective is not only his chin and pressure, but he invests in the body and wears his opponents down as well. Unfortunately, though, I don't expect Shane to have a very long career because he gets hit a ton. He absorbs over 6 significant strikes per minute, which is close to double the average fighter in the UFC. He has an 89% takedown defense, which I think might honestly get tested in this fight. Billy Quarantillo is a very good grappler. He's got solid striking, incredible aggression. His striking is not nearly as technical as Shane's, but he is actually the more effective striker according to the stats. His strikes are 14% more accurate than Shane's, and he is hit far less. Ultimately, Billy has a weird striking style and fantastic BJJ, but that's what we want to focus on here, and that's what he's going to want to focus on here is getting it to the ground and utilizing that jiu-jitsu because Shane is dangerous. We have 2 guys who only know how to move forward, 2 guys who are really good strikers, 2 guys with great cardio. This is absolutely a recipe for fight of the night. I very narrowly am going to side with Shane here because even though Billy has the better striking stats, at this point in his career, Shane's chin is still holding up. He has insane volume. He should get the better of the exchanges. Billy does have a backup plan with the grappling. I just don't know if he's going to be able to do anything with it. Both Charles Rosa and Amir Khani were able to take Shane down, and both of those guys did nothing with those takedowns and were ultimately knocked out. I got to lean Shane Burgos here, but I am actually a giant Billy Quarantillo fan, and this may be a really solid underdog spot here. What do you think?
I am a big Shane Burgos fan. I love Shane Burgos. I've always loved Shane Burgos. Listen, he fought Barbosa. That was probably the best Barbosa maybe ever looked. Obviously, there wasn't really no threat for the grappling, so Barbosa was just able to light him up with the leg kicks were crazy. And you mentioned Shane actually got destroyed that first hand. There was like 5 or 6 times where he was like, looked like he was out on his feet and then just like focused back up and he's good to go. That's why I think that led to like the delayed reaction with that KO in the 3rd round where he was just kind of like stumbled back. But I think that honestly, I think that you mentioned the grappling with Billy Quarantillo. I like his takedowns. Shane Burgos also black belt himself. He has submission wins. I think that this can turn into a grappling match. I think that Shane realized at this point in his career with that last fight, that bad KO comes in. I think maybe he even tries to do some offensive grappling. Billy, I think that he doesn't mind with the grappling. I could see this turning into a grappling match instead of a striking match. Obviously, it could stay standing, and Shane could be his, technical. I'm glad you mentioned the body shots. His body, when he digs in the body, it's just like unreal, and those could pay off in the later rounds if it makes the later rounds. I honestly think that this is going to turn into a grappling match, which is still going to be exciting. But I'm leaning Shane. Even it turns into a grappling match. People see Shane as this like power guy, this boxer, this striker, but he is no slouch in the grappling as well. So even if this goes to the grappling, I still like Shane. If it stays standing, I definitely like Shane. I'm Shane all the way. At 9,000, I don't know if I love that 9,000 mark for DraftKings with Billy's ability to get the takedown and be that offensive grappler and that offensive wrestler. So I probably stay away from it in DraftKings, but I love my boy Shane, and I'm going Shane all the way.
Yeah, so I picked Shane as well. I think it's a close fight. I think Billy is a super live underdog, but
and I'll say too, if this goes late in the rounds, the further this goes, I like Shane more and more and more because I like those body shots. And if you look at Billy late in his fights, a lot of times his hands are low. He starts to get a little bit sloppy. Where you watch Shane, even in that Barbosa fight where he was just getting the crap beat out of him, he stays high, he stays nice and tight, and he's still got a ton of power in those hooks and those tight little shots that he throws. So the longer this goes, I like Shane more and more and more as this fight goes on.
Yeah, it'll be an awesome fight for sure. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it'll be a straight up war. We talked about DraftKings. You love Shane. You don't know about the 9,000. I think even Billy, if you're on the Shane side, I think Billy is still worth $7,200. He will put in some work. He'll come forward, and it should be a decent fight. Look at the strike lines: 131 to 112, and that is just indicative of these guys and their body of work and the numbers that they put up. So. Listen, I can't in my right mind say more and more on a line that looks like that for 3 rounds. I just can't do it. So I'm going to say less here. Maybe there's a stoppage somewhere. 2 forward pressure guy. I mean, 131, 112 in 3 rounds. That's crazy. I'm very confident in the less here. What do you think?
Less.
Yeah, I mean, that's even in a decision. Like, that's just crazy. Like, those numbers are nuts. And especially if you look at Shane, yeah, maybe he's put up numbers similar to that in fights against strikers. He's now fighting somebody who's probably going to try to take him down. That will suck some of the strikes out of both of these guys. So less, hit that line before it moves because they do move with the money. wewantpicks.com/MKF. Make a deposit. They will match it. Use the free match money if you want. Then go to wewantpicks.com/bets. Sign up. Make a deposit there. Let me know, and I will send you $50 as a thank you for supporting us and our partners. Don't forget, go to wewantpicks.com/bets and make a deposit. We have 3 different betting partners to work with. Grab one, jump in, make a deposit, reach out, let me know after you did, and I will send you $50, however you want it, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. All I need from you is your username, screenshot of deposit. I'll get you paid. Thank you very much for the watch. Like, subscribe, do all the things, and claim your free money.